I don't know if the NBA is coming back. I don't think it should, because I do
Mhm.
believe that sports is a tremendous distraction, but I love that these people are using their platforms to speak to a larger thing. And LeBron has always been in that. Today, he tweeted out, to my brothers and sisters in sports and art, we have incredible influence in our community. We need to use this moment to demand change. I got to be honest. I struggle with what to demand because so damn much needs to change. But I'm starting with our right to vote. And you better do that, LeBron James. Somebody who
Mm.
we talked yesterday with David West about didn't have to do this. He was set up,
Mm.
teed up like Michael Jordan to just be that guy and just ride his basketball career out and be wealthy, wealthy, wealthy. And instead, he has taken this very seriously, that mantle of being an activist and an athlete. Dometi Pongo is here. What are your thoughts on that?
A couple weeks ago, LeBron started this organization, More Than a Vote, and I think that what he said, why I love LeBron James, the human being, so much is not only does he keep his record squeaky clean off the court. The most controversial thing he did was switch teams and do a televised conference about it. You know, if that is the bar for the most controversial thing that he did, I think he's all right. But the thing that he says that's most important is that when he rallies behind these issues, he usually tends to either only speak in his lane, only talk about it from a perspective from which he understands, so he doesn't get out of his wits and say the wrong thing, but he also amplifies the voices of others who know more than he does about whatever initiative it is. Like, I love the honesty of, I don't know what to ask for because there's so much that needs to be done. And a lot of us feel that way. And I think that a lot of celebrities who end up saying the wrong thing, get caught making these bad takes, these bad sound bites about, social justice, is because we give celebrities too much power and expect them to know the same thing that sociology professors know about the black condition. And LeBron being open about that is what we need more celebrities to do. That's why I love that man. He's the GOAT beyond the court, greatest basketball player of all time, and I ain't even talking about as far as hooping goes.
I agree with you, and I feel the same exact way. And people know this. I'm not shy about my feelings about LeBron, but because I grew up in an era where I watched Muhammad Ali. I mean, I didn't watch him give up his right to box for what he stood for, but I grew up in an era where that was important. I grew up in an era watching people like Bill Russell. Bill Russell, NBA 11-time NBA champion, first black coach in the NBA, actually sit at a table in support of Muhammad Ali. Jim Brown was at that table. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was at that table. And you could not be an athlete and not care about what was going on in your community. So Michael Jordan was strange for me. Watching, John Carlos and Tommy Smith, there's a documentary right now on I want to say Apple, one of those platforms, because they all are blur right now, where they talk, where they go through that Olympics, 1968, and putting that black fist up. And they got blacklisted for that. They came back to America and really were shunned for standing up for the rights of black people and against police brutality. And so, this period that we're in, we had 20, 30 years where money wasn't a thing, where hip hop was all about debauchery and hoes and bitches and guns and jewels and drugs, on purpose, where we had, 20 years of being anesthetized and crack cocaine and pumped into our community on purpose, and where we had this generation of disrespect of one another, coming off of what I grew up with, Poor Righteous Teachers, Boogie Down Production, all of those people preaching empowerment, self-destruction, you're headed for, like all of that led us into a period where we didn't give a damn about each other or anything else. And now it's back. And it's riding on the backs of folk like Kaepernick, like LeBron James, like Coco Gauff. And I'm happy to see it.
There's a rapper. I love what you said about where music was and then where it's starting to get back to, because hip hop is starting to get back into that space where it's not just the conscious rappers that are talking about our condition. This rapper Lil Baby just dropped a song, The Bigger Picture, that's about this protest moment. And I think that what he's doing is more powerful than even a J. Cole or Kendrick dropping those records of that message, because you expect that from them. You don't expect it from a Lil Baby. And he got a line where
Is it, wait, Da Baby or Little Baby? Hold on, Dometi, because I'm confused by both of them. It's Lil Baby and it's not Da Baby. Da Baby, somebody different than Lil Baby. Okay.
Yeah, Lil Baby. Not the baby, the Lil Baby.
Okay.
But Lil Baby got this line where he says, I'm not going to act like I don't rap about dope and coke. But at the same time, something has to change. And it's just like, yo, I know I'm not the perfect person for this message. But there's people that Lil Baby going to reach that other people can't reach. And I ain't going to lie, when I'm getting ready for shows and I'm getting ready for tapings, I want to hear something that's going to turn me up. I'm not trying to hear, Long Chain's Gonna Come Sam Cooke. I love that song. It means something to me. But it's not going to get me fired up. Like hearing that bass line, somebody like the Baby talk with that aggression that hip hop has, that in your face energy. And I think that's what that era, that golden era you're talking about, that's what we had. You had people who had the bravado, had the gangster, not had the knowledge, but the 5%ers were rugged and intelligent. And I want hip hop to get back to that space. And I think it's starting to happen with folks like LeBron in the arts. In sports, and folks in the arts really starting to engage in that way. So I don't know. I think we're coming around, Ken. We're getting back to it.
Yeah. Well, we're getting back to who we are because all of that came out of authenticity. They couldn't have manufactured that rap that was coming up, even special ed and all of them. They couldn't have manufactured that. That was authentic. And then the record labels got involved, and then the money got involved, and they were like, gangster rap, East Coast, West Coast. That's all, that was manufactured. That wasn't natural or authentic. If you ask me, 866-801-8255. I'm not going to put any conspiracy theories out, but it is very strange to me that hard left got taken. I don't even know where it came from. And we stopped wearing the medallions and stopped being Afrocentric and stopped saying brothers and sisters and stopped loving each other and started calling each other bitches and hoes. I don't know when that happened, but I know that it's manufactured. It's not natural.
It's absolutely manufactured. Some of these record labels, I think it's Universal Music Group. Some of their investors are invested in the private prison system. That is factual. Look it up. So when you create music that feeds your other profit source, that creates that makes crime cool, is gonna change the thing. But we're starting to flip it. Like I got the lyric. Here's the Lil Baby lyric. He said, "I can't lie like I don't rap about killing and dope, but I'm telling my youngins to vote. I did what I did because I didn't have a choice or no hope. You know what I'm saying? I was forced to just jump in and go." And so he's telling you. He's starting to bring that well-roundedness that we used to have in hip-hop, and you hear more people do it, like LeBron with this group, with this More Than a Vote initiative. He's talking about voter suppression. He's talking about the voter process in general, and he has a focus on increasing turnout. And so, we're starting to see that energy, and I think we're not really going to see a change until you see it hit all facets of people, the conscious folks, the folks who are already woke, and then the folks who have been asleep through no choice of their own, getting awakened by rappers like Lil Baby. I think it's happening.
That's why I love every time Cardi B jumps in this space. It gives my heart joy.
Yes.
Because she absolutely is reaching people that I know Karen Hunt is not reaching. And she's saying things that need to be said to those folk who say, I don't need to vote. What does my vote matter? She's jumping in. And she doesn't have all the answers, and she says that, but at least she's conscious enough to understand the power of that, and she's using her platform that way. And showing us her new thighs and ass. All of that. I'm here for it all. For the seals, the seal backs, and the what does she call them? Bison backs. And I'm here for all of it, is my point. It's two things can be true.